Dear Jesus, thank you for allowing me to remember the recording. And thank you for bringing us together during this time, just a time of fellowship and a time to come together, connect over this amazing business, but to connect to the purpose that you have for us, because it's bigger than this business. It's bigger than who we are, and it's all for your kingdom and for your glory. And help us to remember that you are the reason for this season, and especially, but for every season of our lives. And help us stay close to you during all the trials, all the tribulations, all the goods, all the bads. We know that you will make all things work together for our good. So we'll come to you tonight and help lead our conversations and have it be something that you will be pleased with. In your name we pray, amen. Amen. All right, let's get it going. Okay, Courtney, I'm so excited to have you on. So let's just hop right in. I want you to share with everybody kind of how you got started, because I know that some of our team hasn't ever heard your story. So bring it, girl.
All right. Thank you for having me. I am super excited. I've been looking forward to this. And I love that that Kelsey, it doesn't have to be like planned word for word, because those make me nervous when I have to have like a page and note, like a table full of notes. When I have like all these questions, I don't want to forget anything. But I think it's really cool that, you're just letting me hop on and open up and share my heart with your team, because I got a lot to say. And I'm just going to start with my story, and just know we each have a story. We each have a story to tell. And when the first time I really shared my story, you guys, like crazy things started happening. Doors started opening. I mean, people I have on my team right now are people who somehow got a hold of my story. Like, it just so happened to cross their timeline. And I have emeralds and diamonds on my team now who saw my story, and it just inspired them. So be brave, courageous, and bold, and share it. Now, I was not always bold, but I prayed for boldness. So if that's somewhere you struggle, start praying for boldness. And I'm telling you, he'll give it to you.
That was my word for this year.
Boldness is
bold,
awesome.
Yeah, bold. Yep.
Mine was overflow, baby. Overflow.
I love it.
So yeah, my name's Courtney. I'm a presidential diamond, which is crazy still to say it. I'm in a presidential diamond chat, and like when I was driving, I'm in there with Kelsey, and I was driving home, and I was just thinking, dude, I am in here with other presidential diamonds. Like, I remember when I joined and I met up with, I had a talk to presidential diamonds. I'm like, that is going to be forever to get there, but I'm going. So anyways, let me start with my story. My name's Courtney Sharp. I joined this business October 7th of 2015. So like pretty much exactly 3 years ago. I'm a recovering heroin addict. Me and my husband both, actually, we both are recovering heroin addicts. My husband has about 20 felonies on his record. So before it works, in high school, I guess that's where I know how to start. I was the party girl. I was the woo, down for whatever. Like, I'm the crazy one. High school was when the first time I ever went to juvie was I was 14, and it just was over from there. I just kept just wanting to have fun, make people happy, doing whatever to get a laugh, whatever to, feel different. So I started drinking and smoking weed, and then it led to popping pills, opiates, Lortabs actually was the first thing I found. And then it progressed to snorting pills and snorting Roxy's daily, and snorting Oxycontin. And then my senior year, I barely graduated. They let me walk across the stage, but I had to go back to summer school because I didn't Spanish was kicking my butt. But I had to go back and redo all that. So, I was playing with fire, and I did not realize that I had an addictive gene. I didn't realize that I was prone, I should have. My dad was an alcoholic, but I just was having fun like everybody else. What's the difference, And so after high school, I decided I'm going to take a year off and I'm going to do me. I'm just going to do me. And that was a crazy decision that I made, probably not the best one, but That was when it all spiraled out of control. I started going to jail multiple times. I started going in and out of jails, rehabs. I did 6 different inpatient rehab stays. My last stay at rehab it was a 9-month program, right? And I stayed there for I made it 109 days. And this was the longest time I'd had clean. So before this, every day for me was a mission. Get money, get high, do whatever I got to do to get money. If it's steal, I mean, it was crazy stuff, just whatever I had to do. So I decided I'm going to go to this rehab. It's a 9-month program, but I never went to any of these rehab stays. I never went because I wanted to go. I never made up that, it was because my family wanted me to go, or I got caught doing something, or the judge court ordered it. It was never like, I want to do better. So, but this situation, I got there and I rededicated my life to Christ, and I was on fire, man. I was on fire for God, and I felt like I had a future. I was not going back to drugs. And on the 109th day, the owner / pastor of this rehab came on to me, which is crazy. He like called me outside, and him and his wife own this place, and he came on to me, and it messed with my faith. I went home immediately. Like that night, my parents were there, and this was an out-of-state place. My parents were there, scooped me up. I'm home, and it just was like, wait a second, I was doing good. How did because I told on him. Like after it happened, it freaked me out, and I went and told, and so I got yanked out. So I stayed clean and sober for like 3 months, and I went back out. And, they say when you go back out, it comes back 7 times worse. And that's 100% true. I went back out, and this is when I started shooting up heroin. So the first thing I ever shot up was heroin. I started hanging out downtown Nashville. There was a male strip club downtown Nashville. I started dating one of the strippers there. And it was just partying, and he shot me up for the first time, and that was all I wanted. Then I became like, I was already before that, with pills and all that junkie status, but then heroin, it took on. I opened a door, like I opened a crazy door, and I didn't care about food. I didn't care about hygiene. I didn't care about where I was sleeping. I was selling myself to get drugs. I was selling anything. Nobody trusted me. Coming around my family, everybody was purses on lock, car doors locked. Like it was that intense. I looked like a skeleton walking. My mom showed me some pictures not too long ago, and my skin looked literally gray. And anyways, I came back, I got, and then this is crazy. The pastor of that rehab, the dude who came on to me, he died. So he passed away. And I was like, I was like, okay, I'm going to go get clean. Like I can't do this anymore. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. And so I went back, and I'm at that rehab, and I'm like, for 7 days, I was sick as a dog, going through withdrawals, throwing up, the cold sweats, the shakes, the whole nine. I remember showing my mom my arms and just having bruises all up my arm. I remember when I would shoot up, I would like this one particular time, I knew it was bad dope. I knew it. The color didn't look right. It smelled funny, and they were even saying that bad dope was being passed around, and I still shot that stuff up. That's how low and deep I was in it. And I remember when I shot it up, I was watching like whelps coming up my arm and coming up to my chest, and it was terrifying. And even when I would shoot up, I would say things like, God, like, I'm not going to do this tomorrow. Please, if you just take these desires away, I promise I won't do it tomorrow. Like, I just need help, and anyway, so I went back to this rehab. I was there for a week, and I couldn't do it. The devil, the enemy was just, you leave, run, go, just go. And I did. They wouldn't let me use the phone, and I just packed a little backpack and I dipped. I took off walking, and this is an out-of-state rehab. I had no phone, no money. I ended up at a truck stop, and I was at this truck stop, and it is by the grace of God that I am sitting here right now. There was so many situations in that one day that I should be tied up in an 18-wheeler somewhere or dead. Like it was very scary. But God was with me the whole time. I actually had my personal God moment that evening, that night when the sun went down and I had nowhere to go. And God showed up and made himself real. Like I literally was sent an angel in like this person named Peter. And he came out of nowhere. And he had not an 18 wheel, he had a camper that I hadn't seen the entire day. He gave me food, gave me a place to sleep. It was air conditioned. He didn't come on to me. He was like this dorky looking little dude, and he was like and he knew my name. I come walking around the corner. It's a crazy story. I've told it more in depth, but I come walking around the corner and I'm mad, I'm crying, it's dark, and I'm just mad, like God, I'm yelling at God, like, this is crazy. Like, you got to show up right now. Like, what am I going to do? None of my family would come get me. They were afraid I was going to come home and get high. And I walked around the corner, y'all, and this camper, a 50-foot camper, and this dorky dude filling it up with a water hose. And he looks over at me and he's like, Courtney, hey, I've been waiting on you. And I was like, how do you know my name? I hadn't seen him there all day. I started walking towards him, and he's like, do you need a place to stay? And I was like, yes. And he had a name tag, and he's like, my name's Peter, and it said Peter. Anyways, and he was telling me how he lives far away. He said, I live far away, but I stay here at this camper sometimes, when I work late over here. And I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah, you can take the bed. He put like sheets on the bed in the back. And he, when I woke up in the morning, he was making breakfast, and he told me he bought me a bus ticket back home to Nashville. And it was just the way God did all that, like, blew my mind. So I made it back to Nashville. And again, I did good for like a week. And I told my mom, like, I don't want my car keys, put them away. Put away my cell phone, like, please just don't let me talk you into giving them to me, okay? And y'all, bless her, this one particular day, she left my car keys sitting out on the table. And I kept walking past them, and I finally, when I knew everybody was somewhere where I could get out, I grabbed them and I took off. And this is when it came crashing down. I took off, and I'm going to try to get high, and I get a text, and they're like, dude, mom called the cops and she reported your car stolen. And I was like, what? Like, that's impossible. This is my car. They gave it to me, right? But no, it was in their name. And it was the best thing she could have ever done for me, y'all, because the car was reported stolen, but that was a felony class C. So that was a theft over 10,000. So the cops was looking, right? So I was going in neighborhoods, and I was coming out, and I would watch them go in. Like, they were even going to where I would go buy drugs. Like, my sisters was telling him, hey, try this place. Anyways, I ended up like, okay, I got to get out of Nashville. So I go to another town, and in undercover, I pulled up in the driveway of that ex-boyfriend that was bad news. And I pulled up, and an undercover Impala comes creeping up behind me and backs up and pulls in, whoop, whoop, and got me. So I had to go to jail, and this was the first time I'd ever been to jail, and I had no clue when I was getting out. No clue. So I just thought, like, my life is over. Like, I'm here forever. They're going to eat me. Like, I'm never going to go anywhere. I just thought I'm here forever. And it was actually 6 months that I had to stay there. But I was, for the beginning of it, you have, like, within your first 2 weeks, they send you to medical, and you have to get a checkup. And I go and I get my medical checkup. And as I'm walking back, the lady guard was cutting up with another guard. And she was like, go on and walk back, and I'll pop the doors. And I was like, okay. So I started walking by myself. I'm in Orange in the hallway of the jail. And at the end of the hallway, there's a dude at the end of the hallway in stripes. And I'm getting nervous. I'm like, it's another male inmate. If you know anything about jail, that doesn't happen. You're not in a hallway alone with a female and a male inmate are never alone. And as I get closer, I'm like, who is Austin? Oh my gosh. And it is Austin. Is my husband now. But at the time, I hadn't seen him for 3-4 years, maybe. You know, he was doing his thing and I was doing my thing. We were best friends ever since the 7th grade. And just, you know, it was crazy. Anyways, saw each other and I was like, oh my God, Austin. He's like, she finna get us bammed up. Like, quit. And I wanted to hug him, but if I'd have hugged him, y'all, I'd have probably gotten tackled. Thank God I didn't touch him. So I'm like, how long have you been here? Like, what are you doing here? How do you have stripes on? How are you out here with a mop or a broom? How do you get to do this? And he was like, I'm a trustee. He's like, I've been here for about a year now. And I was like, what? And I'm like, and immediately, you know, quick conversation, guards coming, they popped the doors screaming, you know, and I went in and I just started crying, you guys. I broke down and like so many thoughts. I was like I saw the little house with the little white picket fence. Like I'm gonna marry Austin. I didn't say I wanna. I said I'm gonna marry him. And I just knew like, okay, God, I'm here for a reason. You've got me here for a reason. I don't know when I'm getting out. You know, I'm just going to surrender and I'm just going to trust you, man. I'm just going to trust you. And me and Austin started passing letters back and forth. And that's even illegal, but we figured out a way. You know, I would send letters out with girls that were getting out, you know, like DUI weekend, they coming in and out. I'd have them drop letters in the mailbox and they would be addressed to Austin. So they'd come back in and he did the same. And so it was just, we fell in love over letters and it was real love, you know, and it was crazy how that all happened. I rededicated my life to Christ. I started going to church in jail, started going to AA meetings in there. I started holding Bible studies with the women. I was in a pod with 60 different women, like 3 toilets, 2 showers, and 60 women. And so I was holding like Bible studies in the mornings and at night. And I wanted to get to certain girls. I would watch girls coming in that like, if the old heads, you know, they would get a hold of them and they'd get them on their sugar daddies and they would just, you know, it would corrupt them. I'm talking about girls that had never been in jail. They would come in and it was like, I just wanted to get to them first. I wanted them to see like, this isn't good. We don't want to stay here. This isn't good. But anyways, so I finally got out. And when I got out, I had to go to rehab. Austin was out a little bit before me and he come and visited me in rehab. And we got out together and we had good, clean, sober fun, y'all. Stuff that I didn't even think existed. I remember seeing people who were sober and they would be happy or like, you know, just normal people at the store or in their cars and they would just be smiling. And I just remember thinking like, how are they happy and they're not high? Like, how are you happy right now? Like what, like I just thought life sucked. Like I'd made so many bad decisions. I didn't think there was anything good for me. So Austin, we're good. We're doing good. I'm waiting tables. He's working at a cabling company. And all of a sudden, on Thanksgiving, he got a phone call from a detective. And Austin was on parole. Parole is different than probation, but he was on parole. And his was a 6-year sentence. And it was a detective. And he basically said, you got to turn yourself in. Your parole's being violated. And I'm like, that's impossible. We've been together 24/7. Like, what did you do? And he's like, I didn't do nothing. I'm like, there's no way what could you have done to violate? And it turns out it was a Kroger card from back when, and they wanted to press charges now. So I went to attorneys. And if I had the money, I had an attorney tell me that if I would give him $4,500, he could get him off of it. And I didn't have that money. I'm a waitress. I didn't have that money. He didn't have that money. And so, we had to settle for a public defender. And when we went before the parole board, they said, they were like, no, like, nope. They didn't even want to hear anything. They didn't want to hear any character witness, nothing, just nope. And so he went back to jail. And this time he had to go to prison, and he had to serve a minimum of 2.5 years. And so I thought, Austin, like, that was my purpose, right? I was like, man, that is what kept me going. And when that got ripped out from under me, everything came crashing. I was like, there's no, like, what's the point? I quit my waitressing job. I was sleeping on my mom's couch for like a month straight. I just didn't get off the couch. I was physically sick. I couldn't believe this happened. I was on the brink of going out and getting high again, like so close. And then I took a pregnancy test, and I found out I was pregnant. And Taylor, man, she saved my life. Like, Taylor is what saved my life. When that little girl, when I found out that I had this little Austin inside me, like, nothing else mattered. You know what I mean? Like, drugs, that's no more. I can't, like, that's not even an option. And I was like, I'm just going to do the next right thing. And I just want to be, I want to be the best freaking mom that ever hit the face of the earth. I never thought I could get pregnant, to be honest, because of everything that I'd been through and I'd done, and it never happened. And I just, like, you know, and then when it was just like, it was God. And so everything changed, you guys. I just became a mom. I just became a mom that was just excited about being a mom. And I just started doing the next right thing. And that's the only way to explain how all these amazing things started happening, right? So I was at my mom's house, broke, just found out I'm pregnant. My baby's dad's in prison. He missed the entire pregnancy, the entire birth, and he missed the whole first 18 months of her life. And that was hard, you know, but Taylor gave me purpose. I got my purpose back. Like, that little girl, like that, I was like, okay, this is my purpose. I'm going to be the best mom ever. Like, ever. I'm going to be the best mom. And so, I just wanted to give her the world. And my why. So this was my why. When I started seeing this It Works stuff, right? Taylor had turned 1. And I had made money, like random stuff here and there, cleaning houses, my dad's roommate, taking care of his dogs. But ultimately, I was on food stamps and WIC. But ultimately, if I didn't have money, I had to ask my parents and his parents too, which they were great. But, you know, that does, when you're a mom, like, that does something. That kind of sucks. Like, you know, basically they controlled my life, really. And so I saw this It Works stuff, y'all. I saw the shirts. I saw people at her, literally 2 ladies at her doctor's office visits were It Works girls. And I would see them at the office wearing their shirts. And I remember asking them, you know, like, getting down, sitting down and talking to them and getting them all hyped up. No intention of joining, okay? Just, like, getting them hyped up because, like, they're giving me free samples. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, I'm going to hit you back, girl. Yes, like, yeah, give me your phone number. Okay, add you on Facebook. Not even, like, scam, like, miss me. Like, I am not about to give you my money. But really, what money? I was so broke, y'all. I had no car. I could barely afford my cell phone bill. My mom was taking me to doctor's appointments. My mom was taking me everywhere. So I just was stubborn and ignorant because somebody in my life said, that's a pyramid scheme. Those are scams. And so I believed that. So I told people that. Stupid, right? I told people that. And so anyways, I saw a girl from my town. Wasn't friends with her, but I knew of her. And she made a post saying she was making $2,000 a month from her cell phone, full-time college student. She didn't have to work a job. She got to, you know, work from her phone, live her life, you know, financially free. You know what I mean? She got a $10,000 bonus. And I I just was like, what is this? Like, what is this? And so I messaged her and I'm like, why are you lying on Facebook? Like, girl, what's going on? 10,000. Yeah, right. How'd that happen? And she was like, oh my gosh, you'd be so good at this. And I was like, no, skirt, no. I'm like, you don't even know me, dude, first of all. And I had to tell her like my past and everything. And I'm like, dude, nobody trusts me. Okay. So you think people are going to give me their credit card information? And I'm going to like sell them a product or something? Like I kept bringing up my past. Like, listen, you know, I was telling her all this stuff and she was like, just hear me out. And I'm like, all right, I'll just hear you out. Met her at Cracker Barrel and she laid it out, you guys. And I just had this gut feeling that was just like, join, whatever you got to do, whatever she could have shut up like probably like 5 minutes after she started. And we talked for like an hour. Like she didn't even have to say everything she did because I was in. Like I had this gut feeling. Here's something, you guys. You will not say the wrong thing to the right person. Okay. So quit being afraid to talk to people. It's impossible for you to say the wrong thing to the right person. So I was the right person. Okay. And I don't even remember what all she said. I just remember it sounded like gibberish. She showed me the income chart. That's all I needed to see. I saw that income chart and she said, okay, pick a number that would change your life. And I was like, any of them? And she was like, no, be serious, pick one. And I'm like, okay, give me the 6,000, you know, give me the double diamond. And she was like, okay, cool. Now what would that do? And I was like, well, like, okay, if I could get to that before Austin got out of prison, then he wouldn't have to get a job. That would mean he could come home and get to know Taylor. And that was my why, you guys. That's a strong, that why pushed me. Nobody can talk me into quitting or talk me out of my dream or my why. My why was I'm retiring Austin before he gets out of prison. That's my why. Because when he gets home, I refuse for him to come home and to have to leave back out before the sun comes up and to come back home when the sun is down and he still has no relationship with Taylor. Taylor didn't even know her dad. Didn't even know him. We went to visit, yes, but she was still, you know, she wasn't like, daddy. You know what I mean? And he didn't know all the he didn't know her personality, how funny she was, how smart she was. And that was my why. Like, that's my why. I'm going to do it. And so I was like, is that possible? And I, you know, he was getting out from the time I joined. I had he was going to come home in about 8 or 9 months. And she's like, yeah, it's possible. It's going to take a lot of work. And she's like, and I'm going to tell you 2 things right here. Number 1, you got to stay positive because things are going to happen. Number 2, you're a business owner now. Treat it like a business and it'll pay you like a business. And so I took them to heart. Stay positive. Okay. So anytime I was slipping, she's like, hey, remember, we're staying positive here. I'm like, all right, I'm doing this. So $99, right? $99 to join. She could have told me $99,000. That's what that seemed like to me. But I was like, I'm going to figure it out. And y'all, it's 20 right now. It's 20. Oh, it's $20 to join, and you're still getting over $100 worth of products. It is a steal. This is the golden ticket right here. So I jumped in, and y'all, I didn't just jump in and like wobble back and forth. Oh, let me do a little bit. Let me do a little bit here. Let me stop. Let me do a little bit here. No, I'm talking. It works all the way. My first month, I made $500. $500 in my first month. Like, you can't tell me nothing. I'm rich. Like, let's go. So you mean to tell me what I just did made me 500? I'm going to double that. Like, watch me double that this month. I'm about to double that. And I'm telling you, the next month, it more than doubled. And by my 5th month in the business, you guys, so month number 4, my commission check was an emerald. It was an emerald by month 4. And it was about an $800 commission check, right? So the very next month I hit diamond, and I got that what was that diamond? That $20,000 diamond bonus, right? That was when they were double good, right? I got that $20,000 diamond bonus by my 5th month, and there was still 3 days left in the month. I charted myself out for double, right? And I contacted my upline and I said, hey, there's 3 days left. I charted myself out. I figured it out. I'm about 3,000, a little bit over 3,000 in volume away in 3 days. Is that possible, or is that crazy? Like, am I talking crazy, or am I thinking crazy? And she was like, it's possible. I know you can do it. She said, I know you can do it. And y'all, she didn't tell me how. That's literally all she said is, I know you can do it. I believe in you. I know you can do this. And I took that and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go out swinging. So for those 3 days, I'm talking, I didn't sleep, did not sleep. I had a conversation with my mom and I said, please help me with Taylor for like 3 days, okay, please. And I'm gonna change our lives. Like, I'm doing it in the next 3 days. And she was like, okay. And so I didn't eat. I barely ate. I didn't sleep. I know I didn't shower. Stunk. And I was just, it works. I'm telling you, I talked to everybody. I went live multiple times. I was on the phone with every single person that I needed at 400. Every single person that was promoting, we were all talking. We were in communication for 72 hours. And in 3 days, it happened. It happened. It happened. We hit double diamond. That means we promoted a diamond and an emerald in 400 legs. And my next commission check, so I got the 800, my very next commission check, my 5th commission check in the business was over $6,000. $6,000. Now I'm making those 5-figure paychecks, right? I've been making them 5-figure paychecks for a while. Now, about 2 years now, about a little over, almost 2 years now.
Wait, can we pause and can you do a reenactment of your face when you saw prelims?
When I saw prelims?
Like a $6,000 being deposited.
Like, and then it was like, what? It was like, what? And then it was like, no, this is crazy. It was everything. I'm telling you, it was every emotion. It was happy, sad, crying. Oh my God, this is real. You know, like, I was like zooming. I was like calling everybody, like, look at this, look at this, look at this. Oh my gosh. And
that's crazy.
5 months in, y'all. And that just, and the cool thing is I joined this time of year. Like, that's the time of year that you're sitting in right now. I could have taken November and December, and I could have just taken the holidays with my family, you know, or put my business on the back burner, but I didn't. I was like, you know what? I'm going for it, man. I'm seeing it and I'm going for it. If they can do it, why can't I? If these people can do it, why can't I? And can I tell you, I didn't even go to conference because I just thought, like, why? You know, why am I going to spend money on that? I'm not going to go to conference. Like, I'll just watch it on pay-per-view, you know, which I don't even think we do pay-per-view anymore, but that was the last year of pay-per-view. And golly, I went to conference the next year, and dude, I went to the next conference as a double diamond, and I sat in those stands, and again, every emotion, crying, freaking out. I was punching my husband, and I was like, dude, I'm going to be on that stage. I promise you. Like, I saw literally everybody looks different walking up on that stage, millionaires, the top 150 income earners, and they had a past. I was seeing people who have pasts like me, and people who are average people, not famous people. I'm not talking about, you know, famous people with millions of followers. I'm talking about average people like me and you, moms, dads, stay-at-home moms, or, you know, college students, people who work 2, 3, 4 jobs, 70 hours a week, and being able to change their whole life, retire. You guys, we are set apart. It works is set apart. We had a worship service. There was a worship service at our conference. Come on. Like, there's nothing like us. The foundation of this company, it is a faith-based company. We are a family-owned company. That sets us apart even more. A family-owned company. We ain't owned by some corporate people millionaires that are off in some island that we don't see or talk to or know, or some shareholders. No, it's Mark and Cindy Pentecost, and God leads them. God's the leader of this company. And the cool thing is they're touchable, they're relatable, they meet with us every week on Sunday night. I love that. But I was at that conference and I said, I promise you. I said, actually what I said was, I will not come to another It Works event as a double diamond. I'm not doing it. I'm coming as a triple to the very next event. And I knew that green carpet was in June, was in the following June, July, one of them. One of those. And I was like, I'm not coming back as a double. And sure enough, got home, got to work, got on the phone with every single person on my team. Who's serious? Who's ready? Let's go. Like, who wants it? Let's go. Basically, we came up with a game plan, got to work, and we did it. We hit triple diamond. That means we had to promote more people. More people had to promote, and more people had to make money. Hit triple diamond, went to green carpet as a triple. I was announced at the end of that year. I got an email saying that I was for 2018 conference. So this past conference, that I was going to be announced as the number 130 income earner in the entire company. What? Like what? Number 130, and I spoke it. Speak things that are not as though they were. What do you want? If you don't know what you want, if you don't know where you're going, how you going to figure out how to get there? How you going to figure it out? Like, if you don't have a chart, you don't got a chart, print it out, you ain't serious. This is your roadmap, man. I got like hundreds of these things. Print them out. Put them on your walls. You want me to tell you? I had my goals, my monthly goals, my ultimate goals, everything wrote out everywhere I could see it, on my mirror, by my bedroom door before I walked out, sitting next to taped on my wall, next to my bed, above my toilet, dream boards. If you ain't made a dream board, okay, I'm with you. I used to think they were cheesy too. I thought it was my parents trying to like bond with me in LA. I got time for that. But let me show you something. The past 2 dream boards I made, everything on them came to pass. Everything. The first one I made, I said I wanted to make $6,000 a month and some bunch of other stuff. And they were right here. Now I don't see where they are. And then it came to pass. The next dream board, I'm like, okay, let's go 10,000. Let's go 10,000 a month. Came to pass. My first triple diamond paycheck, you guys, was over $13,000 for 1 month of work. First triple paycheck. And from then on out, it's been 5 figures, baby, every month. 10 grand plus every month. I'm telling you, I got receipts if you want to see. Okay? 10,000 plus. Ever since. Come on, somebody like me? Nobody expected this from me. I didn't expect this from me. This blew my own mind. But what it showed me was that we don't wait, just waiting on God, just waiting on God, seeing, hopefully it's in his will that I promote. It's already been done. It's already been done. Yes, it's yours. Okay? It is yours. You just have to get it. When you get a revelation of who you truly are in him, nothing is impossible. You are the head and not the tail. You are the lender and not the borrower. So he doesn't withhold any good thing from us. Go for it. Meet him halfway. See what happens. Trust me, start changing just a couple words you say. Just a couple of them. Sometimes people just, it's just a couple words. Don't say, I hope. I am. Speak it. Put it into existence. Right?
Yes.
That's really what I did. Most of my journey, you guys, we got to have our wedding, my dream wedding paid for. And if it was out of the budget, It Works paid for it. We went on a honeymoon, fully paid for by It Works. My husband is retired. We're a full-time stay-at-home family. I do this thing from my phone. I get to change lives for my job, for what I do. It's not, I don't even look at it as a job. This is fun. If you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong. It's fun. talk to people, get excited. Excitement is contagious. Dude,
I was literally about to say that. I was about to say, if y'all don't feel her excitement, this is the thing. Everybody wants to complicate this business into charts and into messages and what do I say to this person? And oh, well, I didn't know that. Blah, 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 blah. You don't have to know anything to be excited. You don't have to know anything to be excited. And so the thing is that what you're seeing here is a product of somebody who has a grateful heart. Okay, let me just point that out. That what you're seeing here is a product of somebody who has a grateful heart, who did not expect anything when she joined this business. And I can relate to that. You guys have heard me tell my story so many times when I said my first paycheck was $34 and I was rolling up to Starbucks like, yeah, I'll get a venti. Yep. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing, you guys. Be grateful for it. Stop complaining about, oh, well, my check wasn't as much as so-and-so's or, this and that. And you guys, that is not for you. Stop doing that. Like, just be excited about what you do have. And that's one thing that I've heard, like I've just been like seeing in her story as she's told it, is every point in her business, she never said, well, I was only 130. My goal was really to be in the top 100. Yeah. No, did you hear her say that? No, she was lit that she was in top 130. Y'all, you have to start somewhere. Stop expecting where you are now to jump 7 million chapters. Because the best part is the story, not the ending.
Your journey is different. Your journey is your journey. And I love that you said that about your heart, okay? Because check out our compensation plan, for example, okay? Our compensation plan, the way it is set up is in order for you to promote and to make money, you have to help people promote and make money. So don't be salty when somebody else gets a paycheck and you're like, I did all that. Like, that should really be my paycheck. Like, she needs to pay it to me. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel like that. They needed it for a reason. God knows why they needed it. When you have a cheerful heart and you give with a cheerful heart, I mean, what does it say? What does it say in the Bible? Somebody pressed down, shaking together, running over. I mean, overflow, baby. That's what this business will bring in all areas of your life. I'm not even just talking about finances. Confidence will ooze out of you. I was not a confident person. But when I started believing in myself, I started believing in this company and the products, and we're seeing results. You guys, we're called It Works for a reason. We would not be called It Works if this did not work, okay? That off the jump, that would be like debunked, okay? We are called It Works. We've been around for 17 years. We've stood the test of time. We're opened up now in 23 countries. We are growing. Do y'all know that Forbes magazine said in 2020, by 2020, 79 million people will join network marketing. You are at the front of that right now. Okay? So quit sitting in the grandstand, get out the grandstands and get in the game. Quit watching people promote, quit watching thinking, oh, well, that's just their personality. Oh, they're just good at what they do. Oh, I don't know how to talk to people. If you keep saying you don't know and you can't, you're right. Either you can or you can't, but you're right. You got to say it, speak it, believe it. Even if you don't believe it, start saying it. And eventually your mind will catch up. And then you're going to start seeing it happen in front of you, and you're going to blow your own mind, because that's what happened in my life. I mean, I get these people on my team sometimes. You probably do too, Kelsey. And they talk to 100 people, right? I get this all the time. Dude, I just talked to 100 people, literally, and nobody signed up. I just don't think this is for me.
This is what it is. Well, I've been doing that. I've been doing everything that you told me to do, and it just doesn't work for me. This business is just not for me.
So what I say, this is my answer. Listen, people don't think of this. There's 2 seasons. There's a sowing and a reaping. There's a planting and then there's a harvest. You're not going to get a harvest without planting the seeds. So so you're telling me you talked to 100 people. Yes, I can screenshot it to you. I can show you proof. I can show you. Okay, then why are you mad, dude? We should be like dance break. Like let's freak out, like dance party. We need to be like freaking out right now. You just planted 100 seeds It's God's law. It has to grow. There's a harvest coming at some point, not if, when. Not if, when. Can I tell you, I've been in 3 years and I still have people messaging me saying, I've been following you since day one. Let's go. So tell me why? Why is that? Because there's a sowing and a reaping season. Seasons change for people. People may not need it now. They say no, but guess what? Every no I say, that's not a no. That's a not right now. So when they say no, I just say, okay, that's cool. Hit me up when you change your mind. And that's it. Add them on my list. I write every name down. There's power in writing a name down because I promise you're going to start crossing them off. They're going to join your team. You're going to start crossing their names off. Write it down and get excited. After you talk to all those people, if you dip out, okay, you leaving, right? Bye-bye. And you just planted 100 seeds, guess what? They're going somewhere. The harvest is coming. Where are they going? I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. So you're missing out on it. You're missing out on your harvest, letting negativity, letting people. I just don't understand why we don't believe, if we truly believe the Bible and we believe what God says about us, right? That we are the lender and not the borrower, that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Then why are we listening to these people saying, oh yeah, that doesn't happen for people. That won't work. And if it does work for you, you might make a little bit of money, but it's not going to last. Like, don't bank on it. I've heard that crap. Okay. No, I'm sorry. That's not me. I'm not accepting that. God did not make average. Okay. He made awesome.
You just got to cancel it. That's what I say. When people say that to me, I just say cancel. Yeah. Cancel. Just delete whatever you just said. Backspace.
If people don't celebrate your life and what you're doing, what's the point? What's the point? Love them from a distance, even if they're family. Y'all, I had family telling me I was neglecting my daughter. I had family telling me that they hated It Works because it took me away from them because I was obsessed with It Works and all I talked about was It Works. And that, what else? It was a scam. Okay. I was basically scamming people. Okay. They all sing a different tune now. They come over to my It Works bought house and sit on my It Works bought couch and eat my It Works bought food. So come on, I'm ready. Let me please say something. I'm ready. I'm telling you, get it in your spirit and you will hold it in your hand. That's powerful, man. Who are you allowing to pour into your life? Who are you allowing to speak to you? Right? Sometimes you got to stop and take inventory. Like, who are wait a second.
Yeah, dude, I'm so big on that. I always say, don't ever take advice from somebody you don't want to trade places with.
Yep. And consistency is the key in this thing. Consistency. That's what, because network marketing is building on what you did yesterday, building on what you did a week ago, building on what you did a month ago. You're never starting over. You never will have to start over unless you quit. Quitting has to be off the table. If quitting is on the table, or quitting is in the back of your mind, I promise you, you will find a reason to quit. This has to be your plan A, man. Plan A, B, C, D, E, F, all the way to Z. That's what this was for me. This had to work. What kind of great job was Austin going to get with 20 felonies on his record? Before this, I was just accepting the fact that, like, okay, I'll just settle. I just want an apartment, just my own little spot, and I don't care if the car is nice or what, just as long as it gets me from point A to point B, and I'll just wait tables. I'm a really good waitress. I know I can make a little bit of money. And that's how I was accepting that because of my past, that is where I am. But guess what? When you ask for forgiveness, all things are made new. Everything. You're washed clean, white as snow. It's under the blood. And you know what is so awesome is being able to share my testimony, y'all. This has given me a platform. I've always been told, you're going to have a great ministry and you got to call God on your life. And I used to always question it because I'm like, man, but how? Like, when would that start? How? And I never thought it'd be wrapped up in this. But you guys, every bit of my passion and everything is wrapped up in this opportunity. And It Works. There's nothing like this. Quit looking right, left. Get laser focused on your goals, your family, your why. And get your team and squad up, link arms with them and find out whose life can you change next. Because that's what it's about. Your heart, getting your heart right. And there's something I want to say about that pastor who came on to me, okay? He's human. He's human. I was in a place where I put so much faith in man, okay? I looked up to people who had a connection with God, and I held them sometimes higher than God. And I had to learn that we put our faith and our trust in God, not man, okay? Because people are human, and people will let you down, all right? And with this business, you guys, on another note, you got to have thick skin, okay? You got to grow some thick skin. You got to be able to hear the crap and let it go in and out. I mean, I've had people cuss me out. I've had people cry, tell me that and had their boyfriend tell me, "You calling my girlfriend fat?" And I'm like, "No, just see if she wants to rap." Like, everybody raps. I rap, you know? And I've had everything you think of to try to throw me off. Try to throw me off of this business. But you know what? When the enemy comes attacking, all right, you need to stop for a second and say, "Hold up, what's really going on?" Because what's really going on is your breakthrough, your blessing, your promotion is right on the other side of that. It's a test, man. It's a test. Are you going to trust God, and are you going to stick through it? Are you going to push through it, or are you going to back down? Are you going to back down and quit and back out? God has to trust you with a little before he can trust you with a lot. You got to start somewhere, man. It's exciting. You guys, be loud, be bold on social media. Get out there, share your story, share every win. Even if I wasn't having a win, even if nobody signed up, this is what I do. Selfie, okay, taking a picture of me holding up 2 fingers. Just got done talking to 2 moms on social media or at the park, wherever I was. Just got done talking to 2 moms, and I'm so excited about them joining my team. I'm going to help each one of them earn $1,000 Ruby bonus. Who's next? Who's coming? Because this is going to be a diamond team in the next 2 months. That means I got to promote an emerald and a ruby. So we need, you know what I'm saying? Get excited on your posts and just start speaking it. That doesn't necessarily mean they signed up, but I'm speaking, they're signing up. I just talked to them. So they're signing up. I'm not begging people. I'm not being a bugaboo. I'm not in your inbox trying to convince you. I'm sharing. I'm just sharing an opportunity. But yeah.
I love it. Okay, can I ask you a couple questions? I love it. I love it. Okay, and feel free to keep going. If people need to hop off, they hop off. But I'm going to be on here learning, okay? Okay, number 1, what are you reading right now?
Holy cow, I'm not a reader. The Bible?
You listen?
The Bible? Yes. No, I just do like morning motivations. I'm reading Jesus Calling every morning.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a YouTube. I really
like, what do you listen to? Like, what does your self-development look like?
Okay, so Stephen Furtick. Mine's basically YouTube morning motivations. Really, I need to get better at that. But I mean, not better at self-development, but better at like reading. That's something that is on my.
You may need to read. I mean, if you just listen to stuff.
Audibles is what I'm saying. I got that app, you know, but that's something I got to work on.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Okay. So what do you Google? So like for people on here that are like, okay, I need to listen to what she's listening to. What do you Google to find morning motivation or
morning motivation?
Literally, that's it. And things pop up.
Tons of good stuff pops up. Just morning motivation or The Secret. I don't know if y'all have watched The Secret or listened to The Secret. Okay, that's awesome. I've listened to that multiple times driving. But I just worship music, you guys. I like to worship, and I just get in my own little space, I guess. I'm kind of different.
I love it. Okay, what is like the biggest thing that you're learning right now in this season?
Ooh, reinventing myself. Reinventing myself would be the biggest thing. I've been in for 3 years, and I actually am just coming out of like a really weird, like a really crazy time. I just started getting down, and I didn't understand what it was. I felt like I just had this like dark cloud over me for some reason, and I just couldn't shake it. And what was the question again? Okay, and I'm pregnant too, by the way. So I am pregnant, and so that kind of explained to me why I was feeling like all crazy. But really, though, what was the question? Pregnancy brain is real, and I am 12 weeks pregnant, and this is
What? That's so awesome! Congratulations. So, what are you learning right now?
okay. So I am learning.
Like you said, reinventing yourself, but like, what do you feel like you had to reinvent yourself from?
Okay, so Instagram. I never did Instagram. I built my whole business on Facebook, and I built my whole business Facebook and belly to belly. So the first 6 months of my business, I held a wrap party at my mom's house every Monday night. It didn't matter if it rained, snowed, whatever. And my job, during the week, if I was talking to people that, were saying, I'll have to hear more info about it, I would invite them to the party. What I'm learning and working on now is like I had a lot of my team now that's working, are outside of my area. Okay. It's like I built, Kimmy says grow locally or build locally and then you grow globally. You first go locally and then you go globally. And so and that's where it started. I just started inviting people over and doing more. It was more belly to belly in Facebook, sharing everything on Facebook. So I'm just learning Instagram, which is really awesome. And I had like some of my new distributors, they were like, Facebook is like MySpace. Like you need to get on. Change it up, man. And the Connect app, I'm playing around with that. That's like, we have to learn that, like, especially with what's coming out. So I ain't gonna be left behind when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. What do you feel like in the business your greatest failure has been?
Ooh, greatest failure in the business. In the business. I think this past little season that I was going through, I had one of my leaders, and this was my wake up call, really. I had one of my leaders, she's a double diamond. She means the world to me. We lost touch. We weren't connected like we used to be. And there was like a period of time where we just weren't talking on the regular like we used to. And she came to me and she said, I want to start my own team page. That was like, whew, like it did something to me because I was like, I never thought she would ever say that. Like, that's my road dog. Like, I never thought she would say that. And like, I always wanted to be a person who added value to people. And I felt like I wasn't adding value. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, I dropped the ball like this. And I told her too, I remember it hit me. I was like, I'm sorry. I am sorry that I haven't been there. And I don't like, but I don't want you to leave. I don't want you to start your own page. I want to stay together. We're better together. And we just had like a boohoo moment, and we're back together, and our team is on fire and more motivated than ever right now. And it just, losing connection with some of my, amazing people would be one of my biggest failures, I guess I'd say.
I love that. Thanks for being vulnerable, because I think that's a hard question, but I think it's important to talk about, because it's like I always say, like, if you have to know where the road bumps are so you can take the detours. That's what you got to happen. What are you like most passionate about in the business? Like, obviously you're just a super passionate person in general, but like for you, what like really gets you going? Like, is it newbies, or is it leadership, or is it, just sharing your testimony? What gets you going? Like, what is like would keep you up all nights? You end up not blinking an eye. You won't even need keto coffee. Like, what is that?
So kind of a lot of what you just said, but newbies for sure. Watching people come in, helping people come into the business and helping them, and then seeing them repeating things that, like it's sticking, and they're like learning and they're doing it and they're making money and they're getting excited. That gets me more than anything is help. That's the whole thing. That's where I think the heart check's got to be. It's got to be like, It's got to be where your heart's like, okay, yes, I'm in this to change my life, but the bigger picture is changing others. It's shining your light and changing others. And so that's huge. I'm really passionate about seeing my leaders up on that stage now. Like, I'm ready to bring my team. I want 10 of my squad up in the top 150. Another thing I'm passionate about would be, of course, sharing my testimony and getting the messages that I get back from people who've heard my story and stuff. They just get me. Like, I got a message not too long ago from a girl who was telling me about how she was about to commit suicide, and she ran across my story and me sharing my testimony. It was that long one I did on Facebook a year or so ago. And she was saying that she just wanted to tell me, like, that it helped her and it stopped her. And, you know, she's seeing team get a relationship with God. That right there gets me. When I have new DTs that are like, man, it's because this business, I opened up my Bible again. Like, my faith is increased. And what else? Seeing people get healthy and losing weight. I mean, we got a dude who's lost 131 pounds. Pastor Rodney Middleton on our team. I mean, 131 pounds with our triple threat, killing it. He used to.
I think I've seen his picture. Is he like a black dude?
Yeah, he used to inject 8 units of insulin a day, or something like that. 8. I think it's 8. Yeah, and he's off of all insulin. Like, his story, seeing stuff like that. I have a girl on my team right now, Ashley. She's a diamond. She literally looks like she lost an entire person. She has energy. She's happy. I mean, it's about people. That's the passion for me, is the people, really.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. I can relate to that a lot. And what is like your next big thing on your dream board?
Oh, dude. My next big dream. Okay, so one of my next big ones is I want to help my double go triple. I want my double to go triple. This is going to be a big jump for her. She's got 6 kids, and she's about to have her 7th. And she's just amazing, and she has the most giving heart. And so getting her to triple is on my dream board. You know, I think that's cool, is when your team's why becomes a part of your why and a part of your dream. What else is on my dream board? Oh, I want to own my own house. I've been waiting on them 2 years of tax returns. So this house we rent, but owning my own house, that's on my dream board. And yeah, like own dream house. Like, I want it to be something that, you know, I get to like pick out the stuff and do what I want with it. But but my ultimate dream, y'all, Mark Pentecost got me. So what was it? This past year, I was invited to go to his office. It was like me and like 5 or 6 other people. We were invited to go to his office and have a meet and greet before we went and did the champagne toast before the event, right? And with the other leaders. But I got to get in this like private setting with him in his office, and Cindy Pentecost was there, and Cammie and Mary Beth, and he said, you know, I got to a point where I was like, what, you know, I've accomplished all these goals. Like, I'm not dreaming. I got to keep dreaming. You got to always keep dreaming and going for that next big goal and big thing. And he said, I decided my dream was I wanted to have ink at the end of my name. I wanted to be Mark Pentecost Inc. And he made it happen, like Incorporated. And so I'm like, that's going on my board. Courtney Sharp Incorporated. That's the dream, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that. Well, I appreciate you hopping on. Is there anything else you want to end with? Is there anything that's on your heart you want to talk about? I would love for you to end this in prayer, but before you do that, is there anything that just like you feel like, because you know we're in a unique season right now. I feel like, I mean, we went presidential as a team in September, and we're up, like we're going up, man. And it's like a different feeling because, you know, we have so much to look forward to. And with the holidays coming and not wanting to slow down, you know, it's just lit over here. And so I think there is still people who feel a sense of unworthiness. I think there's some people that feel a sense of, am I a one-hit wonder? Can I, you know, we hit that promotion, you know, and even, I mean, you know, going from president to ambassador, it's a big JUMP. Like, it's a big JUMP to go from double to triple. It's a big jump to go from ruby to diamond. And so people, like, I want you to just speak to people who have that feeling of like, you know, and we all need reassurance. I call Aaron sometimes and I'm like, is this crazy? Like, can I really do this? You know, like, I just need somebody to tell me that it's okay, that like, this is something that people can actually do and I'm not crazy. So, you know, I know you went there that's crazy. I've never heard your story, by the way. I actually like prohibited myself from watching any Zoom you were on because I wanted to hear it for like the first full time, like when you were on Zoom with me. So, just speaking to that, to being in the right direction, knowing you're in the right place in the right time, there's so much you could talk on, but whatever's on your heart, really, you can just go because you don't really need a lot of direction.
Man, I would just say that you are worthy. You're worthy for an amazing life. And it just takes effort. You just got to be willing. It's simple. Like, don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. Don't, you know, compare your situation to somebody else's. Just keep your eyes forward. Keep laser focused on what your goals are. Seriously, you gotta know what your goals are, know what you want, and get specific. I love, what's her name, Ashley Mayfield and her husband, when they wrote to the penny what their debt was.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And they were saying, like, you ain't serious. You ain't serious about paying off debt unless you got it wrote down to the penny. And they paid it off. I mean, get specific. And but man, oh, this time of year, like what you're talking about, jumpstart January. Y'all do know, like, we're jumping into January, and January is what? New Year's resolutions. What are the top two? Lose weight, make money. Lose weight, make money. That's us. That is who we are. That's what we that's what we offer here. So just know it. Just know it. You just have to have the belief. You gotta believe, man. You just gotta believe it, know it, speak it, and meet God halfway. You know, you get people who are like in the same place they were last year, saying they're waiting on God. No, dude, God's waiting on you. Make a move. Make a move, and watch what happens. He blesses and he honors effort. He sees those sleepless nights. You're sitting in your closet, you know, working on your phone so you ain't waking up the baby. He sees all that. You think he don't see things? He sees it. Can I tell you, when I went from diamond to double in those 3 days, people were coming to me that weren't even on my radar. People I had never talked to, never messaged even. Randoms saying I wanted to buy my weight loss system. I don't even call it a weight loss system. So I know that was from God. Like, you just ran a person, like, let's go. And it would be some crazy amounts of crazy volume orders that would just come at the right time. God, I'm telling you, don't give up. Don't give up. A lot of you on here, you are right there. You are right there. Don't give up. Don't give up. I'm a living testimony of this thing working and not giving up and just staying positive. And yeah, I'm not, being a leader is finding the positive even in a negative situation. That's not naive. That's leadership. Okay? When your team starts, oh man, customer service sucked today. Like, they just talked funky to my customer or whatever. Don't waller in it with them. You be the leader of leaders, okay? And say, hey girl, this is what you need to say to your customer, okay? Apologize. sympathize with them and ask them if there's something we can do for their inconvenience. This is your business. You're the business owner. So, represent it. And don't waller and start talking crap with your distributors about, here's another thing, whine up. I don't even know why I'm saying this, but whine up. Never whine down. You praise down and whine up. You never whine down. If you got issues, don't ever go to your team and talk to your team about, issues about something. You go up. You go to your upline and talk to them. I don't know, that was random, but just thought I'd throw that out there.
No, it's good. Pregnancy brain. It's good.
Yeah, for real. It's real.
It's good. This was so awesome. I feel like I could keep asking you questions and we could keep talking, but I know I got to be respectful of people's times. So can you just close us in prayer? And I'll add to it too. So I can start us, but will you finish us too?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, Jesus, thank you so much for this time of fellowship together. You came through. We heard you through Courtney, and we just want to thank you for Courtney and for bringing her through what you brought her through, man. I mean, wow, one of the most powerful testimonies I've heard. And just want to say that we are so grateful for the sisterhood, for the brotherhood that we have here at It Works. We're thankful for Mark and Cindy. We're thankful for everybody who hopped on to hear this tonight and let Courtney's words speak to people, speak to their business, speak to their heart, speak to their relationship with you. And I just know that this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship and relationship between us. And I appreciate you bringing us together. Courtney, you can go ahead.
Yes. Thank you, Jesus, for this team. Thank you for Kelsey. Thank you for her leadership and for everything that you instill in her. I'm grateful to be able to be on here, God. And I just ask that you touch every single person on this Zoom or that listens to it later and just let them feel you. Let them know that they're worthy. I ask you to give them boldness and confidence and let them trust in you and let them keep going forward. And I ask that, everything that they touch, every person that they talk to, that everything prospers. We know, God, that you have every single one of our ambassador diamond charts filled out, every distributor's name, every volume in every box. You know what every product is, and we thank you for it, and we're going to go get it, and we're going to give you all the praise and all the honor. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I received that. Okay, I received that. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you for hopping on here.